A Haʻikū man faces second-degree murder charges for the death of another man at Kaʻa Point in Kahului earlier this year. During a preliminary hearing in Wailuku District Court, a forensic pathologist testified that 39-year-old Michael Colby died of blunt force injury to the head and neck. Dr. Stacy Simons was among two people who testified on Wednesday. When asked to describe the injuries observed during an autopsy of the victim, Dr. Simons says there was a minimum of 5 impact areas.
Going from the ones that would be isolated, we have an impact that caused the rib fracture, so that would be one. We have an impact that caused the jaw fracture, so that would be another. We have an impact with the right eye that caused the laceration and the abrasion, so that would be a third. And because he had hemorrhage, bleeding and swelling on both sides of the head, I would say at least one to the left, at least one to the right.
Dr. Simons also testified that Colby had a blood alcohol level of 0.212. According to police testimony, the fight apparently stemmed from allegations of a near motor vehicle collision in the Kanaha area. Detective Ronald Bennett said 24-year-old Healoha o Makana Amekai Akahipua related to him that a vehicle driven by Colby had nearly crashed into his friend and his friend's 2-year-old son, who was within the vehicle. Akahipua told police that he was at Walmart when he learned of the incident and went to Kanaha with a 16-year-old juvenile who was also arrested in the case. Detective Bennett said the two met up with the friend at Kaʻa Point where Colby's truck was parked and went to look for the operator. After talking to some people in the area, Detective Bennett said the two were headed back to the vehicle when they noticed a glow from a cell phone, and that's when the confrontation occurred.
You know, he's telling Colby, hey, you need to come back to the road and talk to my friend. You ran him off the road. Him and Colby exchanged words. Mr. Haʻikū said Mr. Colby shoves him twice, and then Mr. Haʻikū punches him, and then they start to fight. And they're exchanging punches. He says he's punching Mr. Colby's punching him. At some point he kicks Mr. Colby in the leg, like a leg sweep, and his leg kind of buckles, and then he catches him flush with Mr. Haʻikū catches Mr. Colby catches him good with a punch, and he knocks out and he drops straight. He stood over him and gave him 2 punches, as he demonstrated to me, a straight left and like a right hook. He said that when he left there, when he walked back, Mr. Colby was unconscious, making like snoring type sounds.
A month after the murder, friends of the victim announced a $10,000 cash award and hotline for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the crime. A friend tells Maui Now that Colby, who was an artist, was likely there to catch the sunrise to paint at dawn. A declaration filed by police indicates that Akahipua and the teen learned of Colby's death the day after the encounter. The teen was arrested and turned over to the sheriff's department. Akahipua, meantime, was being held on $1 million bail since his arrest on April 30th. Despite a request by the defense for a bail reduction, the judge ordered that bail be maintained. He said that there was sufficient evidence presented to establish probable cause. The next court date has been set for May 10th. Reporting from Wailuku District Court on Maui, I'm Wendy Osher.